Emperor Zalthun surveyed his newest acquisition with satisfaction. The small colony ship had been easy to intercept, outdated technology, minimal weapons, a crew of barely 200 souls. The manifest indicated they were explorers from a backwater planet called Earth, seeking new worlds to settle. Perfect for the labor camps on Terminus 9. Process them, he ordered his second-in-command. Standard protocol. Adults to the mines, elderly to agricultural sectors. He paused, reviewing the manifest more carefully. There are juveniles aboard? 63, my lord. Ages ranging from infants to adolescents. Separate them from the adults. They'll be easier to indoctrinate. In one generation, they won't even remember this Earth they came from. It was a strategy that had worked for the Zaltorian Empire for 3,000 years. Conquer, separate, indoctrinate, and absorb. 47 species had been integrated this way. 48 would be no different. That was the Empire's first mistake. The separation happened at Processing Station Gamma. Parents were dragged away screaming as children were corralled into holding cells. Captain Sarah Mitchell fought 4 guards before they stunned her unconscious, her last words a promise to her 10-year-old son, Jake. Remember who you are. Young Jake Mitchell stood in the holding cell with 62 other human children, ranging from a crying 3-year-old to a defiant 17-year-old named Marcus Chen. The Zaltorian guards sneered at them through the energy barriers. You will forget your parents, the indoctrination officer announced. You will forget your world. You will serve the Empire. This is your purpose now. Marcus stepped forward, his jaw set. You have no idea what you've just done. The officer laughed. And what have we done, primitive? You've separated human children from their parents, Marcus replied, his voice eerily calm. You've put us together, scared and angry, with nothing to lose. He looked around at the other children, seeing his own rage reflected in their eyes. You've made a mistake that's going to cost you everything. That was the Empire's second mistake, they didn't believe him. The first incident occurred in the education center. The guards expected the human children to be docile after a week of reconditioning. Instead, they found their security systems hacked, their weapons mysteriously malfunctioning, and 12-year-old Sofia Rodriguez demonstrating an alarming aptitude for rewiring Zaltorian technology. Impossible, the facility director spluttered. She's a child. I'm 12, Sofia corrected, casually disabling another security camera. On Earth, I was coding since I was 6. Your tech is actually pretty basic once you understand the logic gates. The second incident involved the younger children. The Empire had assumed human juveniles would be helpless, easy to control. They hadn't accounted for the fact that human children, even young ones, were capable of remarkable cooperation. 5-year-old Emma Chen had organized the toddlers into a communication network, using a simple coded system of knocks and taps that the guards couldn't decipher. Information flowed through the detention center faster than the Empire's own secure channels. The third incident was when they discovered what teenage humans were capable of when properly motivated. Marcus Chen had spent 2 weeks observing guard rotations, studying facility layouts, and quietly organizing the older children. The Empire had taken their parents. That was unforgivable. And human teenagers, it turned out, held grudges with impressive determination. The breakout happened on day 17. It started in the ventilation system, small enough for human children but too cramped for adult Zaltorian guards. Jake Mitchell, remembering every camping trip his father had taken him on, led a team through the ducts. Sophia disabled security systems. Emma's network ensured every child knew exactly when and where to move. When the alarms finally blared, it was already too late. 63 human children had freed themselves and were now systematically unlocking every other detention block in the facility. Hundreds of prisoners from a dozen species poured into the corridors. Emperor Zalthun arrived at the facility to find it in complete chaos. In the Central Command Center, Marcus Chen sat in the director's chair, his feet barely touching the floor, coordinating the rebellion with terrifying efficiency. How? Zalthun demanded. Your children. Marcus looked up, his young face hard with determination. That's what my mom always said made humans dangerous. We don't wait until we're adults to fight back. You hurt our families. You separated us from our parents. He leaned forward. Did you really think we'd just accept that? Around him, human children operated stolen weapons, coordinated prisoner movements, and broadcast their rebellion across every channel in the sector. Earth's children were doing what Earth's children had always done when threatened. They were fighting back with every tool, every trick, and every ounce of creativity they possessed. The facility fell within hours. The Empire's entire detention system began to crumble as other species, inspired by what they'd witnessed, rose up in their own rebellions. Emperor Zalthun fled the sector, his empire fracturing behind him. As his ship jumped to hyperspace, his final thought was simple and devastating. Never, ever, underestimate what parents teach their children about survival. And never, under any circumstances, give Earth's children a reason to use those lessons. 3 months later, Captain Sarah Mitchell was reunited with her son. Jake ran into her arms, and she held him tight, never intending to let go. You remembered, she whispered. You told me to, Jake replied. And we all remembered together. Behind them, 63 children stood proud, having taught a galactic empire the most important lesson of all: humanity's greatest strength wasn't their adults. It was that they raised their children to be unbreakable.